Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Cut Unauthorized. This episode is just editing. Hang around, watch the nuance, pay attention because sometimes the keystrokes block out some of the timeline, but you know, I didn't have time to do it again. Enjoy the show. Hopefully you learned something. All right, let's see how this goes. Little late night editing here in Final Cut 10. Got a scene here from Feed the Fish, movie I wrote and directed. Jay Frosting prepped this, and I'm just going to get into it. I edited this scene many years ago. Don't know if it's, don't know what's changed, but anyways, I'm just going to go through, talk my way through it. I'm going to start by making a new project, aka sequence, and I'm going to use automatic settings. Just call this MM1. Now it's going to make that in this event that I'm editing in, start time code of 1 hour. I could change that if I wanted to, but I don't. And okay, so that sequence loads up into the timeline down here, and let's just take a look at this multicam master. All right, so looks like it's in sync. You can see both cameras going up here.
And
wait for action. Going to mark it in. I started with take 2, by the way.
Morning. You want some coffee?
Already had mine.
All right. Let's take a look at the other take right there.
You want some coffee?
Already had mine.
Let's see, what else do we got here? Okay, so the A setup.
Hillary, fresh, yo. Morning, Sheriff. You here early? Hillary, fresh, yo.
All right, let's just go with that. It's funny. So I'm going to mark it in up here and play down.
Morning, Sheriff. You here early?
All right, I'm going to mark it out there and just hit E to drop that into my timeline. The video properties of this clip are not standard. All right, it's 4K. That one. There we go. Now that seems like a good time to get into the close-up, but let me
Duck
see.
soup all around. Oh, wait.
All right, there we go. I'm just gonna click here, open that up, play down
Duck
here.
soup all around. Oh, wait.
All right, so right where the red line is, I'm gonna click, advance the cut down there. Let's find the shot where Tony turns around.
No, wait. Yeah, one.
A little early there, Tony.
Oh, wait. Deer season, isn't it? And then it's Easter.
Okay. We're gonna have to fudge
Yeah,
this a little bit. I'm gonna add that to the end by hitting E. Zoom in on the timeline here. Let's see.
Duck soup all around. Oh, wait.
Okay, so let's just pull that back. I'm going to hit A to get the A cursor back. Just drag back here. Let's see. Close enough for now.
Duck soup all around. Oh, wait. Deer season, isn't it?
Okay, it seems to be a good time for a reaction.
Bang!
Duck soup all around. Uh-oh. It's deer season, isn't it? Take your pick. This one here is more attractive.
All right, nothing much from Ross there.
Morning, Sheriff. You're a little early, aren't you? Bang!
Duck soup all around. Deer season, isn't it? Take your pick.
All right, now we had a moment earlier which seemed a little more like Okay, and add that to the end. Let's see how we do that.
Oh, wait. Deer season, isn't it?
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, let's see. It's been so long since I looked at this stuff, and I don't have the notes handy. Okay, so let's get back to Tony.
Well, take your pick. Well, take your pick. Well, take your pick. This one's prettier, but this one, nothing like the feel of real wood. So what you got to do?
All right, so I'm marking out there. Now I'm gonna add that to the end. Let's just take a
Deer
quick look.
season, isn't it? Well, take your pick. This one's prettier, but this one, nothing like the feel of real wood.
All right, so let's see where we go here. Now, you'll notice these thumbnails are sort of extended. And kind of scroll through what's up. That's called skimming.
There, take your pick. This one's prettier, but this one has nothing like the feel of real wood. Okay, what you want to remember is never point a loaded weapon at anybody.
All right. I never pointed.
You gotta always stay cognizant of where your fellow hunters are. Cognizant, that means aware.
Right. Be aware. Yeah. Right. Be aware. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to drop that chunk at the end here.
Nothing like the feel of real wood. Okay, what you...
All right, so now I want to just trim this back a little bit before he does that weird thing with his
Nothing like
head.
the feel of real wood. Okay.
All right, now let's get Ross off the porch. Just have him walk out of that close-up. Press play. This. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this in here now. If I want to insert something, Q, whoops, Q puts it on top. W puts it as an insert. So
Prettier, but this one,
here.
nothing like the feel of real wood. Okay, what you want to remember is...
All right, let's give him another step or two. But this audio here, double click on the audio, it drops down. Then I'm just going to pull it forward.
Nothing like the feel of real wood. Okay, what you want to remember is never point a loaded weapon at anybody.
All right.
Now, if I remember, we had a... Let's see. Yeah, this. Okay. Let's just watch what happens here when Ross enters the frame.
Anybody.
All right. I never pointed.
You gotta always stay cognizant of where your fellow hunters are. Cognizant, that means aware.
Right. Be aware. Okay.
Okay. Now what you want to do, hold it like me. Put the butt right up in here. Now it's got a kick. So you just...
Okay, so take that little bit. What do we start with? Shift I, bring me back to the end point of that.
Okay. Now what you want to do?
Okay, so right before now, what you want to do.
Listen, that means aware.
Right. Be aware. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we're already there. I'm just going to mark that at the end. Now, this audio is hanging down here because I double-clicked it to make this little trim up here. If I just double-click the audio again, it just sort of tucks back up in there. You'll notice a little difference in the shade of blue here. We can fill that in later. But, all right, so
Where?
let's play this guy.
Okay.
Okay.
KK, everybody says KK. Let's go forward. So I'm just dragging this edge. Let's redo that again. So if I just mouse over that, it's going to give me a little trim tool. I'm just going to pull ahead.
Cognizant, that means aware.
Right. Be aware. Okay.
Okay. Now what you want to do, hold it like me. Put the butt right up in here.
Okay, the butt right up in here. Now that's a B camera. I like to work with the multicam separate and look at them as a multicam. So let's look at the A camera right there.
In here. Now it's got a kick.
Okay.
Hey, now it's got a kick. So you want to keep it nice and tight up against your shoulder so it doesn't kick back and break a bone.
Like this?
Uh-huh. All right. Now that baby's got shells in it, so you release the safety. Take your middies off. Take the middies off.
Okay.
Push that
This button?
little button right there.
All right, little button right there. It's a funny scene. And I hit E, put that on the end. And let's just check the cuts. I'm going to click down here anywhere in the timeline, press the up arrow.
Right up in here. Now it's got a kick. So you want.
There we go. Let's run back a couple cuts. I'm just dragging here. It allows you to skim. You can also turn that off. You just press S on the keyboard and it's just going to hover. You could grab it and move it. Can you do that? Yeah. But it's easier just to have skimming on most of the time.
Right. Be aware. Okay.
Okay. Now what you want to do, hold it like me. Put the butt right up in here. Now it's got a kick. So you want to keep it nice and tight up against your shoulder so it doesn't kick back and break a bone.
Like this?
Uh-huh. All right. Now that baby's got shells in it, so you release the safety.
Okay, take middies off.
Button right there.
All right, little button right there. Let's see what we got down here. Anything else? I'm just being a little random about this.
Hold it like me.
Like this?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Now that baby's got shells in it. So release the safety.
What is that?
Take your middies.
Felt pretty good, actually. It's not working.
Pump the action. Pump the action.
Select that bit right here.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
Have at her.
Oh, I agree. All
All right, so I'm going to start with here we go.
right, here we go.
Have at her. There you go. How'd that feel?
Felt pretty good, actually.
Try another.
All right, so I'm just going to drop that at the end here. I'd like to see, I think we shot a reverse. If I'm not mistaken. There it is. Okay. Okay, so F setup.
Have at her.
All right, we just got that little bit right there. Let's just drop it in.
A little button right there.
All right, here we go.
Have at her.
All right, so I'm going to insert that there by pressing W. All right, clearly a couple of gunshots. Let's keep it on the A side. So I'm going to just grab here, drag forward, and pull the sound from the A side over. It's not saying anything. And then pull the sound up. See how that works.
Little button right there.
All right, here we go.
Have at her. There you go.
All right, so I want to get right on Tony's line there. So I'm just going to play down.
There you go.
All right, we'll get that little breath from Ross. I'm going to hit O. And what happens is you get the out mark right there. It automatically marks the end point at the beginning of the clip, presuming you just want to do a little trim. So delete key deletes that. Let's watch through that.
There you go. How'd that feel?
Okay, cool. Now, back here we got a jump cut, so let's see if we can... All right, let's just switch this over to the B camera right there. So I'm going to just hit the 2 key, which is going to switch to the B cam. Let's have a look here.
Push that
This button?
little button right there.
All right, here we go.
Have at her.
All right, now definitely want to be on the A camera for that. So I'm going to press the 1 key.
Push that
This button?
little button right there.
All right, here we go.
Have at her. There you go. How'd that feel?
Felt pretty good, actually.
Try another.
All right, so let's see what we can do here. All right, I think I need to be over here.
I like the way that sounds. That sounds pretty good.
Okay.
All right. Try
Felt
another.
pretty good, actually.
Try another. Pump the action. The sky. Pump the action. Almost.
I like the way that sounds. That sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Marking it out. Adding to the end. Now you might notice I'm just going to undo. Even if the cursor's right here and I hit the E key, puts it at the end. It doesn't cut it off right there.
Actually.
Let's see here.
Try another. Pump the action.
Okay.
Almost.
I like the way that sounds. That sounds pretty good.
Okay.
All right, let's go find the A camera here. I could be doing this with the multicam, but I'm not. So let's see, take 2.
Okay.
All right, so on this one, he's going to fire. Now, I happen to know, because I was there, that there's another bit of media here that didn't quite make it in there because it was MOS from day 19. This little shed here, we just blew the hell out of it. I'm going to make this a list. Okay. Boom. And let's see what sizes we got here. That's kind of whitish, tighter, medium. Okay, so let's start on the tighter. I'm just going to scroll down here. Boom. Okay. This and the gag is the shed filled up with natural gas. So let's find the spot. I'm high speeding through the clip using JKL, so I'm just going to mark it in here. Boom. Let's give it a few extra frames. Boom. Okay, so tag that on the end. And then maybe go to the medium. Catch it right. Do that old triple explosion trick. Okay, so I'm single framing forward. It's poor shed. Boom. Okay. Tack that on the end. And then we'll go to the wide shot and let it play out. And tack that on the end. So have a quick look. I'm just going to double click on the sound, string the shot out a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I guess we don't need the boom. We'll sort of fade that in by dragging this little handle. Fade that. And all right, so what we did here was boom, and then reacting to that, there was a little log burning right in front of the camera. So I'll tack that at the end. Maybe match back to this one, Shift F. Grab a piece here, mark it out. After he settles, we'll insert that with a W. And we'll trim the head of this, get him to look right at him, right off there. Okay. Now I know there's sound work to do, but I'm just going to drag this across. So now this isn't snapping here. If I press N, it's going to snap. That's what we want. So we still just have the ambience there from that. All right. Let's see if the built-in effects show up. Sound effects. Effects. All right, so let's see if we got an explosion. Kind of quick. So these effects are just built in to Final Cut. You can add your own. All right, so let's make a little combo here. Let's grab this guy and find our spot. Now I'm just going to press Q. And zoom in here. Now, because you notice the color difference here, this is a sound effect, and it shows up as something else. Down here it shows up as effects, and you can turn off, it's called a roll. You can turn off the rolls if you didn't want to hear it. And you can also rearrange these things. If you wanted to bring the effects up top, but let's not get into that just yet. That's another tutorial. So let's check the sync here on this. All right, a little late. I'm just going to drag this guy back. Okay, let's trim a couple frames off that. I'm just going to click on that cut, forward arrow 2. Let's just drag this. I mean, this is kind of a random sound editing here. I'm just going to click on there. So select it. X will select the whole thing. I don't even think you have to click X. And I'm just going to drop it 2 frames before this cut point with a Q. And then we'll hit the third one again. So I'm going to click there. And why not? Random. Q again. That seems a little late. Let's drag that back. Now, if we can find some fire in here, let's see what we got. There we go, that's nice. Mark it in. So on this shot here, I'm just going to hit X to mark that shot, and then Q to drop the fire under it. So let's see. All right, clearly we want to feather that a bit. So I'm going to do this and just put a long fade on either end by dragging these little knobs. Now, I'm going to do a different kind of fade, sort of low volume, ramping up quickly over this time. Here we go. clearly a lot of work to do here, but what we got, some dialogue. Let's just play through this, see what we got.
Morning, Sheriff. You're here early.
Duck soup all around. Oh, wait. Deer season, isn't it? Well, take your pick. This one's prettier, but this one, nothing like the feel of real wood.
All right, now, I want to see if I can steal the door closing sound effect from right here. If it closes, let's see. Yeah, that helps.
Okay, what you...
Drag this back. I'm using my trackpad to just sort of pinch and zoom in and out here on the timeline. There's other ways to do it, but that's the way I do it.
Nothing like the feel of real wood.
That helps.
Okay, what you want to remember is never point a loaded weapon at anybody.
All right, never point
You
it.
gotta always stay cognizant of where your fellow hunters are. Cognizant, that means aware.
Right, be aware, okay?
Okay, now what you want to do, hold it like me, put the butt right up in here. Now it's got a kick, so you want to keep it nice and tight up against your shoulder so it doesn't kick back and break a bone.
Like this?
Uh-huh. All right. Now that baby's got shells in it, so you release the safety. Take your middies off. Take the middies off. Push that
This button?
little button right there.
All right.
All right. Hear that little fiddling with the jacket? Let's
Take your
see.
middies off. Take the middies off. Push that.
This button?
All right, right there, that little whoosh. All right, so let's look here. I'm going to right click on this and say expand audio components. What do we got here? And let's change our view. It's audio only. All right, so looks like in the mix and in this track down here, all these things are on. So let's take this one and just hit V, which disables it. And right here is where that fabric sort of zhuzhes. I'm going to hit the R key. Select this range right here. That's what the R key does. And then just grab the volume line, and pull it down. So that should take that away. Let's see.
Take your middies off. Take the middies off. Push that
This button?
little button right there.
All right, that was a little better. Kind of losing his word button though. Let's take a look here. I'm just going to click on this one, and Option S solos that particular audio element.
This button?
Little button.
Okay, button. Let's check the next one. Click down here, Apple S or Option S.
This button?
Little button.
All right, so here's where it is. That's its best. Gonna Option S that clip and kind of do the reverse of this. So since we have snapping on, sort of jumps to there. What I'm going to do, R, drag, grab, push up, watch the waveforms go.
Push that
This button?
little button right there.
There we go. Now let's turn everything on, see how it goes.
The safety. Take your...
To show the names of the components, click on the timeline controls right here and turn the rolls on. You'll see that they now show up on the components. Let's collapse these components. There we go.
Push that
This button?
little button right there.
All right, here we go.
Have at her.
Okay. Just because everything else is on, I'm going to do a little surgery down here. This is the one I turned off entirely, sorry. V will turn that back on. Now I'm going to zoom in here just to that little peak. Where are you, peak? There you are. All right, so I'm going to zoom in around that guy. And R, Actually, we're not going to do R. I'm going to click A to get the pointer. Option. Drops a keyframe. Option. Option drops keyframe. Option. I'm going to go in here and just kind of drag that subtly down. Drag this. There we go.
Button. Little button.
All right, so now this is the multi-track audio from the set and kind of a cool example of what you can do with it. And when you're done doing all that stuff, collapse, and it all just goes into one little pocket package right here. Very cool. Let's go back to looking at picture and sound together. Pinch
Off.
forward from here.
Take the middies off. Push that.
This button?
Little button right there.
All right, here we go.
Have at her. There you go. How'd that feel?
Felt pretty good, actually.
Try another. Pump the action. Almost.
I like the way that sounds. That sounds pretty good.
Okay.
All right, well, I think a little bit long between the time the shot goes and this explodes. Let's pull that up a little bit. I'm just going to grab here, pull up. Let's play through again. That's better, but the sound effect seems late, so I'm just going to drag it back. Better. Okay, so there you go. Basic editing on a scene. We added some sound effects. We did some audio work. We did a little trimming a few different ways. Hope it was fun, educational. If you got any questions, hit me up. Thanks.